I'm at South by Southwest 2014, and today we're talking to Mark Hatch of TechShop. Mark, one of the things that we've been talking about a lot this week is kind of the how far we've come since the kind of the reefer madness craze. I call it the reefer madness craze, right? That was at the start of the internet movement, and everybody thought we were going to kind of disappear into this weird and mysterious place called cyberspace. And what we're actually finding in the social age is that social media and digital technologies are enabling people to do really cool and interesting things in real life and in real space with each other. And I know that's a big part of what TechShop's all about.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I remember those days too, and what's happening is the online piece is helping to drive the social context which you operate in, and so your relationships are actually getting deeper and more meaningful in the physical space because you can find the right kind of folks to be able to hang out with. So TechShop's a membership-based, do-it-yourself fabrication studio. It's a maker space on steroids, and so the online piece is getting people excited about making things. They read Make Magazine, they come to events like this, but then when they go back to any of the 8 cities that we're in, they want to connect with other people that are kind of like them. And so we have 800 people in San Francisco alone that come together at least on a monthly basis to hang out together. So yeah, there's this online component, but it's actually driving more meaning and deeper relationships in physical spaces.
Because the online part actually enables you to find the right people that you actually want to hang out with. It's not just the people who happen to be around you, it's the people who share your interest, and it's kind of doing a better job of kind of matchmaking everyone. Yeah, we're filming. Hi. So
South by.
Doing a better job. We're going to keep that in. Welcome to South by. So as I was saying, it's kind of doing a better job of kind of keeping everyone, enabling everyone to find the people who share their passions, right?
Yes, it's incredibly efficient. And then what's cool then is once you find people that are like-minded, the kind of the free radicals or the degrees of separation, you can actually much more quickly talk with somebody and say, hey, did you hear about this? Did you do that? Right. And it's a fabulous way of, one, growing your network, and two, really getting deeper into those areas that you're interested in.
Right, there's kind of an accumulator effect, right? Because you find one person, but then all the people you found are themselves more connected than they were even a few short years ago. So it's much easier to find that one piece of deep content or knowledge or a collaboration partner that perhaps was, maybe took you months to find them, if ever, right? Before,
no, you didn't even know you were interested, right? It's like a superconductor. Yeah, right. So you have a physical space where the people are there. It's a superconductor for getting ideas, back and forth and through the network. And so what's really cool is like when you run up against a problem or you have a particular issue or you're like, oh, I didn't know anything about that, but I need some more information about it. And rather than like Googling it and getting some kind of okay answer, you can actually say, well, I need to go talk to Bob because he knows a lot about this. And you go over and Bob is amazing. That is very cool.
Well, now you're touching on something really interesting, right? Which is the notion of kind of social search and there's this kind of holy grail we've all been chasing, which is the semantic web for a long time. But maybe a big part of the semantic web is actually still what's in here, right? And it's the social connections are connecting all of these computers, not just the computers that were on our desk.
Yeah. Well, and I think part of it is it's really difficult to create passion online. And so when you engage Bob and he's waving his hands around and bouncing his head, that's different than capital letters, through a text. Yeah. And so you can pick up the passion that you get face to face that you just can't get online or in a web chat room.
Right. So you mentioned superconductors earlier, and I don't know if you have people in TechShop literally working with superconductors, but you do have some people doing some pretty cool and interesting projects with physical objects and around the Internet of Things and we were just listening to John Battelle in a panel, and he was talking about how when you put technology into things, you turn brute objects get turned into information. So talk about that a little bit.
Well, I mean, and one of the keys here is it's getting so easy to be able to start doing that. I mean, Intel freaked us out, right? 3 months ago when they announced the Edison, it's an SD card. It's a full operating computer on an SD card with 8 IOs that come in and out. So you can hook up sensors to that. You combine that with some stuff like National Instruments is doing with sensors. You can do anything now, and it's approachable. So you can teach yourself how to do some of this stuff in a few weeks. It used to take, you had to learn PIC processing and be able to code in assembly language and do all that other kind of stuff. You don't have to do any of that now. You got these little processors. So yeah, we have a lot of folks that are doing all kinds of interesting things with sensors and heart rate things and accelerometers. And I think Intel did just a real quick one. Was like a baby monitor. It was like they came up with the project, and within a few weeks they actually had a physical prototype of having a baby monitor that would tell whether or not it was lying on its face or whether it was lying on its back. The ability to rapidly prototype and create things in the Internet of Things is truly remarkable.
And what about just the notion, while we're talking about shared working spaces and collaborative working spaces, I think there's been a perception up until this point that if you work in that kind of quote unquote freelance kind of environment, that there's a limit to what you can accomplish. There's a limit to how much you can get done. That you still need to go back to old-fashioned institutions to do the really big projects, right? So it's kind of a layup here, right? But
I appreciate it. Yeah, you're limited because you can't build the world's fastest electric motorcycle that did 218 miles an hour on the Bonneville Salt Flats. Oh, somebody did that. Oh, you're limited because you can't create, develop, and launch a CubeSat and have it launched out of the Space Center. Oh, wait, no, somebody did that. Oh, you can't be able to build your own lunar lander. Oh, wait, somebody did that. You can't build a desktop diamond manufacturing device. Oh, wait, somebody did that. You can't build a liquid-cooled server center that crushes, Emerson and GE and IBM's. Oh, wait, somebody did that. Limited. Oh my gosh, the limited thing is when you're in a big company and you have to go in front of a board of gray-haired MBA guys and try to convince them to give you a little bit of money to do a focus group. We have people launch companies for less than what it takes to do a focus group, and inside the typical decision-making process just to get to the first stage. So limited? I don't think so.
Right. Well, I love that. Really was a layup. I think that was a three-pointer. So, wow, I don't even know how to top that, man. I mean, you kind of left me speechless there. So what kind of interesting you've done me. I'm like, I don't know how to follow that up. I think we cut it there. Shall I keep rolling? I don't know. What else do you want to talk about?
Okay, so we hit on one. So
we can edit this.
We edit it, right. So what was interesting, that little thing that I just gave you, there was only one of those that's actually changed the world. So we have 5,000 members across the platform, 8 locations, doing all kinds of different projects. They've launched all kinds of companies, created thousands of jobs. We've had 6 technologies that have come out in the last 4 years that have actually changed the world. And these are small teams working together in a physical space, literally changing the world. So Jane Chen created the Embrace incubation blanket. It's going to save 100,000 babies in the next 5 years. General Electric, their manufacturing partner, she came in with her team and developed this thing. It was 5 people on the team inside of a co-working space that charges $125 a month. So the total investment was maybe $5,000 or $10,000 at the max. And now she was just named by the World Economic Forum one of the top 5 social entrepreneurs of the year.
Wow!
And I could go on and on and on. We have 6 technologies that have come out.
You know what really blew me away about what you were saying earlier is how you can actually launch a company, and not just any company, a successful, groundbreaking company for less than it costs to do a focus group, and so you don't really need approval anymore to just kind of launch these projects. I think we're coming out of the age of approval, right? It's like you don't need anybody's permission to start doing this stuff, and it's amazing when you take that out and you take capital out of the equation, at least in the early stages, and it really is just about passion and ideas and finding the right people and coming together.
Yeah, I mean, I had a venture capitalist once ask me, what do you do with failures there? And I was like, failures? What are you talking about? When you quote unquote fail for $2,000, that's called cheap learning.
Yes. Fantastic. So we're at South by. We're on the 3rd day of South by Southwest. Oh, Cut, roll. We're at South by Southwest. We're on I think we're the third day. It's kind of been a bit of a whirlwind.
It kind of blurs together.
Yeah, it kind of blurs together. Anything you've seen that you're excited about? Anything you're gonna see that you're excited about? Or are you just here to kind of network and connect? Like, what's your South by all about?
Well, I mean, I totally geeked out last night. I got to hang out with Dean Kamen from First Robotics and SXSWi and his team. So that was, he's one of my heroes. He's just done some amazing stuff, working on water now as a solution. I also got to hang out with the CEO of National Instruments, which isn't really well known, but they've got these amazing software products that make it very easy to do what I was just describing, the ability to capture data, input it, and then do something with it on the other side. I mean, and kids are now using some of this software. That's exciting. Of course, I love drones, I love robots, and I love the scene on 6th Street. I mean, who doesn't?
Fantastic. Thank you so much. Thanks for talking to us. It was really fun.
It's my pleasure.
Great.